Marine Joshua was born January 31st, 1983 at 6:43 in the morning, and it's been a wild ride since that day. As a baby, he was like me, Pete and repeat. I had him a lot when he was growing up.
We met when he was 3.
Right.
We dated for a couple of years, and he really looked up to his dad and wanted to be part of his life.
Always asking why.
Yes.
Why is the sky blue, Dad? Why is the river run south, Mom?
But always excelled academically.
When he had to. The actual shining moment for me was in Little League, actual Little League, and we've been working on hitting, and he was 10, because they take 10, 11, and 12. And he's up against this big 12-year-old pitching, and he kept looking at me. He was that bad. He stepped out. I said, "Bend your knees." And the next pitch, he hit off the top of the fence. And I stood up screaming. I thought I was willing that ball out. He wanted to be a combat Marine, and he was a good one. I don't know how he ended up becoming a security contractor.
I think part of the guys that go back, they feel like it was unresolved over there, and they still had buddies that were in, and he was later regretted leaving the Marine Corps.
I was watching Fox, and across the bottom it said 4 Americans taken hostage. I started crying. I knew. No one had to tell me. I knew in my heart, through my soul.
We've never received any kind of report or information to us in any way. We got a body.
And he was my only child, our only child. And it's come real close to destroying me.
I don't know that you can have justice in a situation like this. Maybe peace of knowing actually what happened and not feeling betrayed by what we love, above a lot of things, which is our own country.
Working for whose convoy were they guarding? We've been told the Italians. I believe that's who it was for. But the Italians, from what I understand, were gone at that time. Why did this happen?
The FBI liaison for the families was wonderful. The people, the agents that we worked with locally, wonderful. But officially, we've never been provided any information about what occurred. And I think as citizens that have sacrificed so much, we deserve at least that. And the other families that are going through the same thing deserve something so they can move on. We have requested information documents that pertain to this situation. And so far, all the federal agencies that we've requested have come back that there is no information.
They've denied.
So then it leaves you, you're forced to conclude a couple different things. They did nothing. Is that what happened? Or is there something that happened they're not telling us? You feel like you have to find out what happened to your child, and you have to do right by them and their memory, and for your own sanity to just try to have some understanding of what happened. He always seemed to be searching for his niche, and I think he really was comfortable as a Marine. He felt like he really did fit in, and he did a really good job.
Sorry, the reason he did the security contracting is because he wanted to buy a house in this area. The housing boom, and
everything
he
doubled.
was saying that I grew up here, and damn, I can't even buy a house. So it was offered to him. He did. He had a start date to go back into the Marine Corps, and that's where he was headed, but he didn't make it back.
I think, he was very disillusioned once he got over there. He kind of thought he'd be going back into the situation that he had been in, and it just wasn't, because, it was the contractor business. military, there's people, you're working with people that you've never worked with before in these high risk situations, and some of them were possibly right out of the military like him. Some of them had been doing contracting for some time.
Some were tow truck drivers and teachers.
Yeah, and then, then there's always whatever mixed in. And so he didn't find that camaraderie that he was kind of craving. Our government decided to wage a war in this fashion. They decided to partially support it with troops, and then the other side of that, to support it with free market. So the Army's, fighting the battles, and then the contractors are protecting the goods that are required to rebuild a country or keep it going. Keep the people eating, try to get the water going, all those kind of things that you need for an infrastructure when you're going to be trying to rebuild a country.
To me, a mercenary was a hired gun to kill. A security contractor, they were guarding trailers. This was a 46 truck convoy with 4 gun trucks. I believe that's over a mile and a half. So a lot of contractors, they were hit with IEDs weekly. Security contractors in that line pretty much fight every day.
The cost of housing doubled or tripled in a lot of our home areas across the country, and the people that are growing up in these areas can't even afford to live there anymore. So I think the money was very enticing too. I don't think anybody was over there for one reason. I think, it was a combination of things. And so they're people. And that's what I want people to know, is that it's not an easy answer.
It's a job that has to be done. In all the wars, our contractors have been part. Maybe not all good, and there's good and bad. I believe that he was doing a good thing.
The guys that we've talked to, they believe in what they were doing, that they were doing something important and worthwhile, and that it was necessary, and they were helping. And I really believe that, most of the guys over there had true hearts.